Hello my gorgeous people, this is my weekly horoscope tarot card forecast and it's for Cancer, Pisces and Scorpio. So this is my weekly horoscope tarot card forecast, so it's for Cancerini, Piscelini and Scorpioni, and of course this is for the water signs and it's from the 1st until the 7th of March 2021, and I am going to start with my ever so precious, with my gorgeous Cancerini. My gorgeous Cancerini, I want to say, it's a bit of like an obstacle that you're actually going to have this week. You need to pay attention to this obstacle because it's important emotionally for you to work on it. It's connected to you, but it's also connected to somebody who is very important to you, somebody who is very significant to you, somebody who's very close to you. It's gonna be playing a quite important role when it comes to that obstacle, indeed, because it's to do with a certain misunderstanding. So any kind of misunderstanding that you could have this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, most certainly you need to pay attention to it. But by paying attention to it, I mean you need to kind of resolve any problem. So you need to try to solve any problems that come up, that rise up, or that have risen up until this moment, because karmically, if this goes any further, then it's just going to turn into something else. This week you have an important kind of a progress to make when it comes to this, because the more open you are, the more you're gonna get out of it. The more you communicate, the better it's going to be for you. The more you communicate your vision in general and whatever comes to you, the more you're gonna get out of it, purely because now we are entering March, and March is really important when it comes to you, my gorgeous Cancerini, because in particular this week you will start a quite powerful progress. And when I say that you will start a powerful progress, it is to do with a part of your life that was very, very slow, my lord, up until this moment in time. So now you're gonna start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, on one hand, by having a very positive news or very positive information, that is going to be when it comes to your progress, when it comes to things that you're working on, when it comes to things that you're focusing on. And this is going to reflect, on your life in general, when it comes to inspiration, when it comes to your own activity, when it comes to you feeling very inspired. I really like it because at the same time, it's the determination that you are going to have, the determination that you are going to feel. And this is going to be really beautiful because, at the same time, it's just so much to do with what you are experienced with, what you're experienced about, what manifestation you would like to make, but also on another hand, most importantly, what you are pretty much so kind of experienced with. Now this is going to bring you a mind-blowing determination. I really like this because at the same time this is going to reflect on you in such a way that you're going to see quite a lot throughout this week. You will be able to read in between the lines, and you will be looking beyond the surface with every single situation that you're coming across, that it's coming through. And this is so important because at the same time, it's going to help you to see things that you wouldn't normally see. So the more analytical you are, my gorgeous Cancerini, throughout this week, the better it's going to be, the more ideas you're going to have. This is going to be so brilliant because at the same time, you're going to find yourself being a little bit deep, you're going to find yourself thinking a lot. You're going to find yourself kind of drifting away quite often throughout this week. When I say drifting away, now this is on one hand going to confuse you a little bit because on one hand it's going to make you feel negative, but it is not negativity. No, baby, no. My gorgeous Cancerinis, this is most certainly not negativity, and very often the people can confuse these feelings and emotions because you're drifting away, but in such a way where your subconscious mind just tend to take over. So yes, you become very deep. Yes, you think a lot. Yes, your mind goes into all sorts of directions. You know, you're kind of like a remembering things, remembering people that used to be in your life, remembering people that passed away, remembering beautiful moments. You know, it's a strong connection with your childhood, with our childhood, and things with the past that we feel. You know, all these sorts of feelings and emotions you're going to have, and all these sorts of feelings and emotions can make you feel in a certain way. But at the same time, you need to remember that above all, you know, it's you thinking, your mind is thinking, your clock is thinking. And I say your clock is thinking because suddenly something is going to come to you, and just out of the blue you're going to feel, yeah baby, just go for it. You will know what to do, you will know what your next step is going to be, my gorgeous Cancerini. But it's pretty much so with you waiting and waiting, but then at the same time this is going to come with such an element of surprise that it's actually going to surprise you as well. It's going to be connected to the next step that you will do and make, but at the same time it's going to be connected to things that are rather uncertain. So if you would find yourself in these particular waters, like normally you will be like, no baby, no, I ain't going there. But now it's just this uncertainty that it's at the same time becomes very vibrant part of your life, which is actually going to become your guiding light. It's wonderful because through your own confidence you're going to step through, you're going to step forward on the other side, and once you get to the other side, a lot is going to start changing. So you must remember to not to focus on the negative, okay? Because there are certain things this week that are not going to turn the way you anticipated. But then at the same time, you know, it's the power of your mind, it's the power of your spirit, and it's the power of your karma that is going to be playing a big role. And every single time when that happens with the karma, it means that we're going to have a bit of testing, of course. Like, I've got my words for everything, but it's to do with a bit of testing that you're going to have, and that is going to come in form of you feeling very angry towards someone or very angry towards something. So you just need to remember to forgive and forget. I know it's easy for me to say, I know it's entirely up to you, but that way, by forgiving and forgetting to that person who comes to your mind, you know, this week, or somebody, like maybe it may even someone come across, you know, and just like really, you know, piss you off a little bit, you know, just remember to forgive and forget, because at the same time this has got a very strong element of your own karma attached to it. So the more positive impact it is from you, your energy, the more you're gonna get and gain out of it when it comes to you advancing further your own spiritual journey. If you get this right, and you are going to have a massive new step, you know, in June and July 2021, my gorgeous Cancerinis, you will see what is going to happen. June and July 2021 are going to be remarkable purely because you dealt in a certain way when it comes to this particular week. Okay, so on another hand, you know, you are gonna find the blessings when you least expect. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, you will find a blessing when you least expect it. And I like it because it's going to happen at the time when you feel like a little bit sad. It's going to happen at the time when you feel, oh no, you know, the certain news is going to make you feel like a little bit negative, but it doesn't really matter because there's nothing that you can do about it. It's nothing that you can change. It's just your realization that you need to move on. And that in itself is going to be remarkable because it's at the same time going to help you to connect in a very powerful way where you are actually going to see the certain blessings, and that in itself is going to be connected to you to make a certain acceptance. It's to do with the lack of direction around it, but it's also to do, even most importantly for you, to actually make an acceptance. You are going to make a very important progress by accepting the certain part of your life flowing in the particular direction, and there is nothing you can do about it. That way you allow yourself to be free, and that way you allow yourself to float within this energy, and that is the most important thing that you can do. This week is the most important week when it comes to communication, when it comes to talking, when it comes to expressing yourself, when it comes to doing things that you want to do in order to expand yourself further. Whether you're looking for a job, whether you're happy where you are, whatever you're looking as a next step, to be, this is the week that you're going to have an important revelation. So the teamwork is really, really important when it comes to this week, and you stepping through, you stepping forward. And also a very important situation is going to arise where you're going to need to have an important, significant impact, when it comes to you putting your input, so the people very close to you maybe will have a certain problem, but you are the one who is pretty much so going to be able to step in, and help out in that particular way, because you will be holding on the answer. Okay, so now sorry, my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to see what is going to be a tarot card for this particular week. So your tarot card is actually Page of Wands. I mean, this is absolutely remarkable. This is all about inspiration. It's all about the balance. It's all about an opportunity coming forward. At the same time, it's you starting to feel, you're going to have a feeling, that you didn't have for a while. And this is because of the multiple reasons. We are entering March now, 2021. This is the first week of March, and that in itself is going to reflect on your energy, it's going to reflect on your optimism, it's going to bring you a wonderful balance when it comes to the enlightenment, in your life, because in between March and June 2021, this is a lot going to be about the preparation. It's a lot about you feeling this inspiration, but then at the same time, it's all about you, basically finding your balance within those things that have been kind of like draining your energy for such a long. So now you will not only be able to find this inspirational, it's just like a kind of changing your mind about the problems, maybe seeing them as a challenges rather than something really, really negative. And when we reach this stage in our life, this high state of our spiritual mind, it means that spiritually we are growing like there is no tomorrow. So there is going to be a very important news that you are going to have, and this news that you are going to have, it's going to be mind-blowing. It's a lot about you feeling much better when it comes to your health. It's going to be and that is going to reflect on you, because it's to do with the longer ailments that you maybe didn't see any improvement. So now this is going to be amazing. But on another hand, it's just rather victorious moment in time, because the news that you're going to have, is just going to help you to see the end, the light at the end of the tunnel. And once you see the light at the end of the tunnel, my Lord, there is an important ability that is going to just screaming out of you to be kind of like taking on the next level. So something that you really will want to take on the next level in your life, it's going to become obvious by the end of this week, and you will know exactly what this is. Okay, so now my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card of the week. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, what is going to be your oracle card of the week? I've got the power. You see this is absolutely remarkable, and this really doesn't surprise me, because from what I've seen so far, it's all about the inspiration that is going to come through and forward. But when it happens when we least expected, and when it happens in such a way when we also kind of feel things within ourselves that we didn't feel before, and we realize our own importance, we realize our own power, we realize our own strength, we have a control over a situation from a very specific, very high angle, and that in itself helps us to see the picture from a completely different angle. And once that happens, it's remarkable, because a very important confirmation is also going to happen to you, where you were so uncertain, you didn't know what to do, and you are going to have a massive answer this week, my gorgeous Cancer. Cancerinis, you know, and it's to do with the confusion, it's to do with you feeling a little bit blocked, it's to do with you feeling a little bit disorientated. It's gonna be brilliant. So that's what I'm saying. On one hand, it's great week to deal with problems, issues and things like that, but on another hand, it's also an important week to test the water, because you're going to find yourself being very ambitious, and that in itself is going to give you the courage, and that in itself is going to put you on the little path where you're going to surprise yourself that you're at, and it's brilliant. It's something that you wanted to do for a while. It's going to become obvious, but it's just going to happen a little bit quicker, a little bit sooner, and you are going to have a very important time indication of this that I've just said. Okay, and your spirit card, my gorgeous Cancerini, is spirit message, dark night of the soul. Life is going to bring a new meaning. I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. You see this? Absolutely remarkable. You can expect a very spiritual week, my gorgeous Cancerini. You can expect a very deep week. You know, you can expect a week where all sorts of things are going to inspire you, where you're going to surprise yourself. You're going to find the energy when you didn't have energy. You're going to find the happiness where you didn't think that you're going to find the happiness. You're going to find the meanings around you where you didn't find meanings around you. Just pay attention, because lots of details are going to be revealed to you. Not lots of details are going to be revealed to you, but you will really read a lot in between the lines, and maybe you will look at a flower and then suddenly you will realize something about it. Suddenly something is going to come to you. So it's the connection about this spirituality and our ability to recognize and realize things at a time, you know, little messages and little signs. It's going to be absolutely remarkable. Sorry. My gorgeous Cancerini, you see, life is about to bring you a new meaning, and I'm so happy because of this, because I know that this is the week where you're going to find the inspiration, you know, for the first time after a long time, and you're going to be able to feel this very vibrantly when it comes to your life, and this is going to reflect on you doing things, making decisions, and feeling yourself, you know. Don't trust anything like around you that you hear, that you listen, you know, necessarily. You just have to remember to trust your own intuition, because in particular this week a lot is going to be revealed to you that you're going to realize. Some certain things are going to surprise you, but then again, you just have to follow your own intuition. Okay, so now I'm just going to have a little bit of coffee. Next is Piscelini, my gorgeous Pisces, Piscelini. Okay, sorry. So the next sign that I am going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Piscelini, my beautiful Pisces, my gorgeous Piscelinis. This is the weekly horoscope tarot card forecast, and it's in between the 1st and the 7th, and the 7th of March 2021. So do you know what I really like about this week? A little surprise that you are going to have within the first 3 days this week. A little surprise that you are going to have. The 1st, 2nd and the 3rd of March are going to be absolutely ooh la la. You're going to have a very powerful moment, you know. You will see something, and what you're going to see, it's going to be remarkable, it's going to be brilliant, it's going to be fantastic, because it's going to awaken something within you. Your eyes are going to be open, your path is going to be clear, and that in itself is going to reveal the future opportunities ahead that you wouldn't normally recognize, that you wouldn't normally realize. You also need to pay attention, my gorgeous Piscelini. You need to pay attention to what are the coming events. Important coming events that you're going to become aware of is just also going to be connected, you know, to really important plans that you will be part off, and these events are pretty much so remarkable pathways which are going to really speed things up for you. You will know exactly what am I talking about, but also at the same time, you know, it's just connected to things that you wanted to do from before, from a little while back, and you were just waiting for the right moment. Just remember, Pisces, I am talking about important future opportunities ahead, but also about really important coming events that you are going to become aware of. What you need to do and the way you need to respond to this is just basically, it's to do with your own responsibility and creativity. Okay, your responsibility and creativity are going to be the actual answer to these future opportunities ahead, but then at the same time, it's just all about you basically. When I say like it's about responsibility and creativity, you know, it's a lot about you just focusing. It's a lot about you not rushing into anything. It's a lot about you doing things that you really enjoy. If you like painting, paint as much as you can. If you like drawing, just draw as much as you can. If you like playing tennis, you know, play as much as you can, because by doing this, this is also telling you that you will be increasing your personal vibration, and once you start the process of increasing your personal vibration, you know, you are gonna pretty much so gonna have a very important moments with those parts of your life that were actually bringing you temporary distractions. You know, distractions in your lives are going to become obvious, but they're not going to be like kind of like instead of being distractions, instead of being some kind of blockages, now you're gonna realize the actual that these were like a temporary distractions. And this is important because at the same time it's gonna start the process of the actual you focusing towards the specific goal. This is all gonna boil down to you focusing towards the specific goal by offering like a services or by paying attention towards the specific goal. What would you like to achieve, my gorgeous Pisces? What would you like your next step to be, my gorgeous Pisces? Where are you at the moment, my gorgeous Pisces? What is bringing you down? What is bringing you up? What is the most important goal to you at the moment? Pay attention to my babies. This is so important. What is the most important goal in your life at the moment? What you need to do is gather this wonderful energy, gather this wonderful vibration. Use your positive way of thinking, open your mind, use the power of the subconscious mind, and focus in such a way where you need to offer something towards it. So if you are let's say, what is your specific goal? If you would like to become like a very, very successful, like a stockbroker or something, you know, I have no idea where stockbroker come from, but if you would like to become a really successful stockbroker, what would you need to do in order to enhance your abilities? What would you need to do to go to the next stage? What didn't you try? What would you like to try? What else can you kind of bring into it? It's about your own expansion, but also doing the right thing and realizing what would be this specific situation, specific thing that you could use and like and put, you know, project, you know, towards the actual specific goal. Because it's not only about that, but it's also about the actual moment in time that you need to understand that this is actually going to bring you really important success, really important moment. So karmically this will be very strong, and I need you to remember that this is something that you need to do. So anything like, maybe if you're like working and then you want like a, let's say like a promotion, okay, what do you need to do in order to get there? Just do something. What do you need to do in order to get noticed? Would you need to go and talk to someone? You know, if you are looking for work, I mean, this is mind-blowing moment in time, because on one hand your energy is going to be very strong, so you will be finding yourself very remarkable remarkable throughout this progress, because a lot is going to come out of you that you're not going to be able to understand. But the bottom line is, this is all part of the progress, and you're allowing yourself to get there. You're allowing yourself to do it. You're allowing yourself to be part of it. You just need to make that move. What do you need to do in order to make the next step, my gorgeous Piscelini? It's really, really important indeed. On another hand, let me tell you something. Specifically, 6 months, the last 6 months, what were you kind of worrying about, and the lack of progress, the lack of success? The last 6 months are going to be playing an important role. I can hear a victory. I can see the victory here, and that in itself is brilliant. At the moment in time when you become aware of the accomplishment, and you are going to, there will be the certain choice that you're going to need to make. That choice is going to be really wonderful, because it's going to bring a really important recognition and success. Let me tell you this, Piscelinis, and I hope that I'm like really straight here. You are gonna hear about a victory. This is gonna mean a lot to you this week. This will be important to you this week, and it's pretty much so connected to the last 6 months. Okay? Pretty much so it's connected to the last 6 months. So this is going to be specifically directly connected to this. So now that means that victory is going to bring you wise choices, wise choice, which is going to bring you a remarkable, mind-blowing recognition later on. And it's connected to the actual promotion, it's connected to the next step, it's connected to the opportunity with unlimited possibilities. In particular there, where you were really dissatisfied in your life, where you just couldn't move in, you didn't know how to move backwards or forwards, left or right. You find yourself being rather disorientated over the last 6 months. So this in itself, it's going to be directly connected to that dissatisfaction, and it's going to bring you really important progress when it comes to the certain wish slowly coming through, slowly coming forward. This is absolutely remarkable week, very important week when it comes to the actual apprenticeship. So please, every time when we have things when it comes to apprenticeship, it means that this is going to be very beneficial time when it comes to you going on the next stage, next step of your life. But when that happens, at the same time, the vibration is very strong, so it's a lot going on, so our attention can be taken away really quickly. So you just need to remember to stay committed to the task at hand, because a very important promotion is coming indeed. But this is also specifically powerful for those of you who are retired, because something very, very big is about to take place. You have done what you have been working on. Now it's about to pay off for those of you that are retired as well. And for those of you that are actually looking for work, oh my God, it's going to happen when you least expect it. And it's also going to be connected to things that you may not be too certain about, you may not be too kind of confident about, but that in itself, it's all kind of an important part of it, and your progress and the way you choose things and when you choose things. And this is just basically the fact that you just need to allow yourself to be yourself. This is now, I'm just going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Piscelini. Ooh, the wheel. Come on, man. This is absolutely brilliant. Look at this. The Wheel of Fortune. This is brilliant. You know what? Because now an unexpected situation is going to take place. Whatever I say to you, this is going to be really remarkable now here. Okay? Because an unexpected situation is going to take place. And that means, when I say an unexpected situation, which means that this is going to happen completely unplanned. So you're going to find yourself being like a part of the situation, part of the dimension, part of the energy. You may be out somewhere or you may be at home. It doesn't really matter. You're still going to have a moment where you're going to be the part of the situation that you did not plan. And that is going to be really good. And you will know when this is going to happen, because an obstacle is going to come to an end, and this is brilliant. It's going to make you feel really good, because this is to do with something in your life that was really draining your energy like there is no tomorrow, and it's to do with emotions, emotional level, everything was affected, you know. So that is slowly going to come to an end, that particular obstacle, but it's a lot to do with your emotions and the way you felt, you know, a lot connected to this. And that in itself is going to be a sign that not that long after you will have the situation that it's going to arise, and it's going to require from you to respond like almost immediately. And the way you're going to respond is going to be like ooh la la, mind-blowing, vavavumish, because the way you're going to respond is going to surprise you. But this is brilliant. This is where the beauty is going to be. This is what is going to start the turning point. Okay, so you are going to have an important turning point this week, my gorgeous Piscelinis. This is a very important moment in time for you. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is going to be oracle card of the week. Okay, what is going to be oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Piscelini? And your oracle card of the week is opportunity. This doesn't surprise me at all. It's to do with an opportunity, and you are going to have an important opportunity this week. It doesn't surprise me because the week starts with number 1. It's all about the inspiration, and the week is going to finish with number 7. It's all about angelic guidance, doing the right thing, following our intuition. This is something that is going to be so beneficial for you. So there is a very, very important opportunity, my gorgeous Piscelini, that you are going to have this week. You see this? Okay? Absolutely brilliant. And the message from the spirit, my gorgeous Piscelini, the message from the spirit is... Oh, you see this? Travel awaits you. You see, you're going to unlock something really important this week. Oh my God, you're gonna get a very powerful key. I'm talking about the spiritual key. I'm talking about a very, very important realization. I'm talking about understanding the specific situation in your life from a completely different angle, but then that in itself, it's gonna trigger certain points within you. You will kind of start feeling unrested in a certain way because you will want to start changing things. You will want to start focusing on things, but also, you know, the specific informations that you are going to get hold of this month, that this week, sorry, that are actually going to open your eyes, and it's most certainly going to kind of make you think like, oh my God, you're not going to believe something kind of as such, how horrible maybe certain people can be, but then at the same time, this is important for you to understand so you can make a decision. So you are going to make a mind-blowing decision, you know, this week, and the decision that you're going to make is really going to require to make the necessary adjustments, you see, in your lives. This is more to do with the spiritual travel, but it's more to do with the fact that you also strictly have to follow your own intuition throughout this week. The more you follow your intuition, the more you're going to get, and the more you're going to get out of it. Something absolutely remarkable will be revealed to you at around the end of the week. Something that you will feel, you know, within you. There's a certain feeling, certain essence you didn't feel in a long time. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Scorpioni. So before I do that, I'm just going to drink a little bit of coffee. Sorry. I haven't got any coffee lips. Sorry, I know it's terrible, but it's like a mirror here. In the phone, la la la. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpioni. Scorpio, you are gonna have a very like kind of like, oh my God, really weird experience this week, like really bizarre experience, you know, and this weird experience that you're going to have, it's pretty much so going to be connected to you feeling something, to you sensing something, to you having like some kind of premonitions about something before that happens, you know. And this is why this is going to be so weird, because, you know, at the same time, something that you felt about so much, like deja vu moment, you know, something that you kind of felt like you have been part of before, now it's about to be highlighted like there is no tomorrow. And you know what, it's going to open your eyes, and it's also going to refresh you so much, but it's also going to remind you pretty much so strongly what you were in your past life. So this week will be very deep and very spiritual, and, you know, it's going to bring you this balance of you understanding things about yourself from a bloody high angle, you know, from a really high perspective. And once you get there, you know, it's going to be remarkable, because by the end of the week, you know, you are going to see something, and what you're gonna see, you're also kind of like going to see the certain opportunity. Now I'm talking about a certain opportunity that you're going to see at around the end of the week. You will be able to connect to that opportunity from a completely different angle. In fact, the opportunity that normally you would be like, oh, ew, no baby, no, and now you're going to be like, yeah baby, I'm just gonna go forward, you know. This is because you're going to have this specific moment that I'm talking about, my gorgeous Scorpioni. You will see how weird you are, but in the best possible way. Your weirdness is your power. Your power is your energy. Your energy is your vibration. Your vibration is you. The more you allow this to flow, baby, the more you allow yourself to be yourself. Who gives a flying, do you know what? If somebody says, who gives a flying fuck? If somebody says that you are weird, if somebody says that you are bizarre, if somebody's saying, oh, she's doing weird things, he's doing weird things, no baby, no. People can be very closed-minded, and those that are very closed-minded are those that are bringing these specific feelings within other people, who are blocking other people's energy, or only because they live in their own fear. They've got fear of their own. When it comes to you, my God, Scorpioni, you are gonna find your weirdness so beneficial. Please don't get me wrong, my ascendant is Scorpioni. I get you completely. It's just all about you allowing yourself to be yourself, you know. This is exactly what you should be doing. But what I want to say to you, that the opportunity that you will have at the end of the week is just going to become very attractive to you in so many different ways, and it's going to surprise you. But then again, it's just because of that experience that I'm talking about, that experience that I've mentioned. You're going to have a very strong feeling what you were in your past lives, but you're not going to be able to explain. You're not going to be able to understand. But it's just this energy pool. The energy shift that you will feel will take you all sorts of directions, you know. On another hand, it's just to do with an important little ritual. I can see that you're gonna have an important little ritual this week, you know. When I say ritual, it's just like basically the balance of the actual energy, and us flowing through, and us directing this energy in particular way. When it comes to manifestation and things like that, my gorgeous Scorpioni, I can see you doing a little ritual, you know. Or I can even see you being somewhere, you know, outside, and then you walk, and then you see these witchy people, you know, and then you see them like I have a little ritual, you know. By the way, the witches are great, you know. Don't think that the witches are like demonic or anything like that. No, baby, no, this is not true. The witches are healers. The witches are good. The witches are very, very knowledgeable, and they have been throughout the history. So the witches are actually really good. Whether you've got the bad ones, I don't know. You probably have the bad ones, but why would you do something like that to project certain energy? And if you understand that this is going to get back to you, that's like really daft, isn't it? Like if you're a bad witch and then you project certain energy towards something or someone and it's negative, you know, if you're clever enough, you will know that this is going to get back like 10 times more. So you're not going to do it. So it doesn't really make sense. So I'm just saying that basically you, my gorgeous Scorpioni, will kind of like have a certain little ritual this week, whether you're going to light a candle, write something on it, or play with the ground. in March in particular, the ground is very energized, re-energized, and that is the energy that you benefit from like quite a lot, you know. And this can kind of be like a mini ritual in itself, because it has got like a very much so healing impact on you. The more you work with the ground, the more you're gonna get out of it in terms of ideas and the courage where you need it the most. On another hand, the ritual can also happen in your life if you make it yourself with a little candle, or you just kind of send a message to the universe in whichever way you want. Smudge the home a little bit. It's absolutely perfect because it's the beginning of March, the beginning of the week. But also that can be a little ritual, you know. You can recharge your crystals. That can be like a little ritual. Anything that can make you feel like rejuvenated in that particular way, it's going to go a long way, because it's going to reflect on you doing the right things, but also it's going to bring you the right thoughts in your energy, you know. It's important. And also on another hand, you can see the certain ritual. You can be outside and you can like look at like, you can see like maybe 5 or 6 people, you know, like having a little ritual, you know, like somewhere in the middle of the forest or something, you know. And you can still find this beneficial, because, you know, everything that happens in our lives happen when it's meant to happen. So there is the specific reason, or there would be the specific reason why you would actually find yourself around people like that. For example, doing that at the moment, you just try to find out what they're doing, and then you know, you were meant to be at this moment in time there. So there is something very specific for you over there. You see, the ritual can be quite a strong point in your life at this moment in many different ways. On another hand, my gorgeous Scorpioni, you know, do you know what? Also, on another hand, being a bit of like a dark Lala is coming. Okay, so being a dark Lala a little bit, you know, it is just maybe you were waiting for the certain progress, you know, you were waiting for the certain moment when it comes to the some kind of like a fairness. Maybe you were waiting for like some kind of like a justice. You know, this is quite personal to you because it affected your balance, it affected your harmony, you know. So now you just need to understand that is basically you're gonna feel kind of, you're gonna get certain information that is gonna make you feel a little bit down and a little bit sad, because it's like connected to the unfairness that you're gonna feel. But then at the same time, you know, it doesn't really matter. You just need to remember that if you feel kind of just this moment like flip-flop, like going down, and it's negative to you, which is going to happen, it doesn't really matter. You know, this is a karmic week, so what you need to do is just keep on moving forward. And as soon as you accept this, the better it's going to be, because it's not only about the actual fact that this is you're gonna find this quite unfair, but it's more about the actual advice that you're gonna get out of it, and the certain good intentions are gonna become obvious at around that moment in time from the certain person. So that in itself is going to be remarkable for you, because purely it's to do with the actual reward that it's going to become as kind of like at the beginning stages, some kind of like a goal. It's going to become obvious for you, you know, the goal is going to come out of it. So this is going to in turn to be quite beneficial to you, because it is just going to lead towards you feeling creative. This is the time of creativity, and be as creative as possible. And just don't forget the actual advice, an important advice that you will have here, because that advice is going to help you so much, most certainly when it comes to choosing something. And a certain person, it's going to become a really good choice for you. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpioni, remember this, please. The certain person is going to become a very good choice. So I can see you wondering, are they good? Are they not good? You know, I'm not really. So you will be trying to make a decision. You will be trying to make a choice. And the choice that you're going to try to make is going to be connected to this particular person. But I really like this person. Someone very clever, someone very intelligent, someone very smart in so many different ways. And even when it comes to their intelligence, you know, spiritual intelligence is like, ooh la la, this is the perfect mixture of absolutely everything. So someone is going to be playing an important role. Who is this is down to you, my gorgeous Scorpioni, but most certainly this person is going to become a very much so relevant part of your spiritual journey, and it's going to inspire you, and you're going to realize a lot of wise things to this person as well. On another hand, you know, it is just basically What I need you to pay attention to, oh my god, I'm sorry, I can see that, you know, some little bastard again, I'm sorry, I'm like terrible in this reading, oh my god, but it's like little bastard that you need to kind of pay attention to. I see a bit of like a bit of like obscurity, I see a little bit of dishonesty, and I see maybe somebody who's not really good, somebody who's not really positive around you, but you are going to become aware of this person. You know, it's a lot to do with the deception, you know, but at the same time, if someone sounds off to you, if somebody offers something to you, if somebody asks you something, I know that your subconscious mind is going to be like screaming. So just try to kind of make a really big decisions, like any big negotiations, any big step forwards, any kind of big massive decisions. No baby, no, I would not do them this week. You know, this week is for planning, this week is for focus, this week is for manifestation, this week is for you making sure that you get the relevant balance returned into your lives. But when it comes to like a planning, when it comes to like making decisions, like stepping forward, when it comes to negotiations, when it comes to signing and things like that, no baby, no, you do not rush with anything. So this is how you're going to protect yourself from this particular people, you know, because some kind of little bastard, sorry to use these words, but some little bastard is going to be revealed here. So, you know, it's going to be good. However, and this could also be like on an emotional level, you know, maybe you had a little bit of kissy with someone, you know, naughty, no, I'm joking. Maybe you had a little bit of kissy with someone, and then that person just kind of turned out to be a little bastard, you know, like it really depends, but I know that this is going to affect you, you see. So just to let you know, sorry. On another hand, you know, what I like is just like also what was causing you to have a lack of motivation, you know, what was causing you to have a lack of motivation. You may have not even realized what motivation I'm talking about specifically until it gets to that particular moment. And this is going to happen at around the mid-week. What delays and lack of motivations you actually had and felt over the last 11 months, you know, you would not even kind of like realize right now as we speak until you get to the actual mid of this week. You will see what I was talking about, because it's now you will see the potential. You're going to hear a good news, an important news, and you're going to realize something, and that in itself is going to pave the way when it comes to potential and inspiration. And that was like so beautiful to you because it affected you in such a sense where you find yourself like having a lack of direction, and now the answer to lack of direction is just you need to be yourself, because by the end of the week you're going to be tested, and everything you need to do is what I said before. You just need to be yourself, because it's about you being a free spirit, but allowing yourself to be a free spirit, to carry on being free spirit, because that's the best way to grow. Okay? And very big reward you're gonna have when it comes to somebody in your life, and this is like somebody very much so connected to you, like your son, daughter, brother, sister, the best friend. You have been working on something, you have been doing something, and along the line you've been putting your foot down, and you have done the right thing. So there is going to be a very powerful reward you're going to have. 3 of Wands, I mean, remarkable indeed. This is exactly what I was saying to you before. You will be able to connect from a much deeper angle, and that is in return going to help you to have your vision twice longer. You will see things on the horizon that you didn't see before. This is, I repeat, this is such an important week when it comes to planning and when it comes to thinking. And I know it sounds like, oh yeah, when it comes to planning, blah blah blah. No baby, no. It's about the expansion of your subconscious mind and your ability to allow yourself, you know, to actually expand this energy as further as you possibly can. And that in return gives you all sorts of ideas. That in return kind of sets you back and helps you to make an adjustment in your life that you're not even realize you're actually making it. In fact, you are going to make a mind-blowing adjustment, my gorgeous Scorpioni, this week. Mind-blowing adjustment, and without even realizing. And it's all by doing things that you want to do, things that you feel very passionate about. And important news you're going to have, and that in itself is going to give you an idea, and this is only going to be the beginning. Okay? Also, please, 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 If there are any addictions going on, try to work on them. If there are any addictions going on, my gorgeous Scorpione, try to work on them, because this is going to be affecting your balance, and this is the only thing that can actually affect your balance at the moment, you know. So if there are any addictions that you can try to kind of cut out of your life, it would be fantastic. But at least try to kind of like adjust it a little bit, cut it down as much as you possibly can. Okay, so now yeah, your oracle card, my gorgeous Scorpione. Okay, so your oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Scorpione, is purification. This is so important, you know. This is so important because when purification happens, it's just basically you, it's about the information that you're going to have. Very important and powerful information. And information is just a basically direct answer to your own responsibility and to your own creativity, and you did things in the right way. You know what you were doing, it's such a beautiful moment karmically, because what you were doing in the last 12 months in particular, now this is going to come back to you, and it's going to make you feel very strong, it's going to make you feel very solid, it's going to make you feel really powerful, you know. It's going to bring you such a strong and powerful vision. This in itself, just you make sure you understand this. Don't be surprised when a very bizarre situation arises in your life this week. You know, this is nothing unusual, but it's going to require from you to respond in a certain way. The way you're going to respond, you're going to surprise yourself like, oh my God. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. What is going to happen after that? Pay attention, because there are two choices that are going to be, two paths that are going to be right in front of you. And you know what? You've chosen one of them by reacting in a certain way, and what you've chose, it will surprise you how powerful and how highly vibrational you're going to feel. And this is the direct result of the spiritual growth that I'm actually talking about. So now, my gorgeous Scorpione, I'm just going to, you see, transformation, this just came out in my face. You see this transformation, just remember this. A caterpillar about to become the most beautiful butterfly and all that. You see, so now basically, my gorgeous Scorpione, I'm just going to see what is going to be your spirit message. Okay, your spirit message is living light energy. My Lord, see the beauty in life. See the beauty in life, see the beauty around you, connect, reconnect, disconnect, and connect again. Try to meditate as much as you can. I said this before, my God, it's important. Try to connect, like, try to spend some time in the forest. Try to kind of hug the trees. It's absolutely horrible at the moment because a lot of toxic energy is coming from absolutely everywhere, you know, because the energy is so negative and it's so low and it's so dark outside. So you, my God, Scorpions are very sensitive when it comes to when it comes to these earthly energies that are affecting you, and it's nothing to do with you. So therefore, just a powerful reminder to spend some time in the nature, in the forest. I said this before, by the river, by the water. Put your hands in the river, in the water. Try to put your hands on the ground if possible. Try to ground yourself. Try to meditate. Try to hug the tree. It's just going to rejuvenate you so much, but at the same time, it's going to help you to kind of like strengthen your own connection. And once that happens, you know, you will be able to see and read in between the lines, and this is exactly what is going to happen. You will see the beauty where you didn't see that you are going to be, and that is going to start a very, very important process of changes in your lives, my gorgeous Scorpiones, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all so much. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.